Shaming people publicly would correct a lot of problems in our society.
Did you know that?
Protein. Are we still talking about this?
On social media, I wake up screaming.
Accusing them of being perverted, of harassing them because they looked in their direction.
Disney and Hollywood just brainwash men into thinking that being romantic and dreamy is enough.
I called them up. I said, listen, you ugly suckers, you can work together all you want.
89% of the world's population now live in countries with falling marriage rates.
You're not, you stupid fucking cunt!
I don't think that coddling women is kind, because it makes us live in delusion.
Tending to have a lot of inner hostility, very concerned with their image.
I've cut out banana.
See, like, I honestly don't know who to believe.
Self-indulgent, very self-centered.
I mean, but like, you know what?
This video is about toxins of the mind. I call it mind pollution, and it has been getting a lot worse in the last few years, to the point where it's actually a threat to our society. It's actually been changing society a lot, and I'm going to show you a lot of examples in this video.
I'm not a stupid person.
The presumption of guilt, which is a violation of human rights.
On social media,
the craziest outburst rise to the top.
First thing that you come across are plant-based motherfuckers.
Do people think I'm stupid? I don't get it. Some people. Yeah.
Half a teaspoon worth of adrenal gland.
Ew.
He's a fake piece of shit liar that made everyone eat balls and raw meats.
Who cares?
Overstimulation, seeing all of your desires digitalized, eventually gets boring for people. The more immersed in hyperreality they become, the harder it is for them to quench these desires. Everything becomes more and more extreme and detached from actual reality.
You know what? I feel loved how I feel loved. If that's what too many like, so be it.
I think we shouldn't shame it.
I think we should shame things.
What's wrong with that?
Shame back, is that what you're saying?
Bring shame back for sure. Like, we shamed cigarettes for years, and now nobody really smokes cigarettes. We should do the same things to sex workers because they're destroying society.
Shaming people publicly would correct a lot of problems in our society, and I'm not exaggerating. The problem is that men are shamed for wanting good things for themselves, but women can say whatever and still get applauded.
A few years ago, I was an angry, blue-haired feminist. I once believed that male privilege was real and that I was a victim.
And let me make this clear before any feminists start to come at me in the comments here.
Women say that men are treating them like objects. Well, maybe some men see some women as objects, especially sex objects, because those women are presenting themselves that way. This goes far beyond what most people see. A bunch of stuff on the internet that most people still don't know about. It's not just for the professionals in the business. It's anybody can do this now.
You want someone that is like a fucking 10 out of 10 at blowjobs. Why wouldn't you pick that instead?
And you got 100+ men telling you here that they prefer women to have lower body counts.
All of them are delusional. I don't care about what they think. I probably fucked more women than most of these guys have in the audience, okay?
What the fuck?
What she has bragged about is just insane. She's bragging about sleeping with more women than any man in that damn room. This shows the priorities of modern women. They prefer getting to know themselves by sleeping around.
I'm sure we've broken the YouTube rules already in this discussion.
There's a lot of people out there that have to make a living. Well, here's one way. Take a jackass like me. Go over their podcast.
But what they are selling is a get out of critical thought free card to their audience.
I'm a moron.
So under that Generation X and Z video, I'm Gen X by the way, saw a comment that fits in with this video. Not this one. Gen X, the latchkey kids. Gen X had terrible parents. Well, just not good. Video was about how much worse things have gotten, making Gen X look better. Anyway, down here it comes. Then comes to myself and my sister. We were absolutely pampered, which has destroyed us both in different ways. All for love, though, as if that was a good thing, to raise your daughters super nicely, which spoils them, doesn't get them ready for real life, and then they can't handle real life.
I don't think that coddling women is kind, because it makes us live in delusion.
Yeah.
And the truth is important. I just think it didn't help me to not know what was true.
Yeah.
It doesn't help society to not know what's true.
Wow, she's sounding just like me. This is the way I've been thinking.
We need to at least aim to talk about what is true. And that's why I cannot stand a lot of these movements that have come up in the last couple of years.
Yeah, me too. That was a nice double entendre.
This push towards fat chicks in magazines.
Today's extreme feminism, which you see mostly on the internet, and vague tidbits on TV, and music. I've done some music reactions that went in that direction, like Olivia Rodrigo. And all this information circulating out there has gotten some women to shift their mindset and shift their own personal responsibility onto society, which they label patriarchy. And that's like to say that society is the problem because men. As humans, we learn consequences and accountability when we're young. But it seems like society made it a bad thing to give any consequences to girls, so this conditions girls and young women to think anything they do is okay. Feminism has conditioned women even to hate femininity, because we see some women acting tougher, using bad language as the norm, lowering their voices, and sometimes shaving their heads. They've been given this notion that history is all bad and all wrong, and so everything has to be reversed. That's a pretty typical Gen Z thing. Of course, every generation sees all the wrongs going on and has the youthful passion to try to fix it. But this generation has gone overboard. Oh, and read this if you have the time. The new generation is accepting all sorts of nonsensical stuff, normalizing bad things.
There are the people that use the sidewalk as a runway or in the middle of the street and basically push people out of the way. Like, how dare you, you NPC, you're blocking my runway. You have to treat other people with respect. Like getting mad that people aren't moving out of the way for you. What are you doing? Also, the people that record themselves walking, they're dressed very nicely, and then they like zoom in on people's faces and they say, look, guys, everyone's obsessed with me. These women going to the gym in skin tight, like booty shorts, right? And then setting up the camera and waiting for men to glance in their direction because they're half naked. And then accusing them of being perverted, of harassing them because they looked in their direction, so that they can start something, so they can have their victim moment. This no doubt takes away from women who have actually been harassed in this environment. If now that's considered harassment, looking at you because you're half naked or literally just glancing in someone's direction because they have a camera set up. Some women say, yeah, but I'm more comfortable this way with a wedgie. I like it. It's how I'm comfortable. Well, you may be making other people uncomfortable. Have you thought about that?
Yes, it would never cross their mind to think of other people.
They're talking to ice cold hustlers. We were taking their money, all of it.
It's self-centeredness.
You're lacking empathy that most of the population would have. I mean, it's a pig.
So I can get the fuck out of here.
So get out and I'll bring you your money.
No, I want it now.
I'm not giving you anything the way you're at. I can assure you.
I'll call the cops on you then. I swear to fucking God. You stupid fucking cunt.
Sierra, don't do that. Don't you guys hear? Go ahead.
Just want to override all of these kind of social rules. This is what has happened because of mind pollution. Once they get it into their heads that they're victims of everything, then suddenly they won't accept the normal conditions of living in this society. A U.S. Representative, Katie Hill, photograph shows naked Democratic Congresswoman brushing the hair of one of her staffers in the office. They were in the office, and the other person was naked too. Katie Hill's three-way relationship with her, that's a funny way of putting it. She was supposedly having an affair with not just a male staffer, but a female staffer too. Oh, might have been her husband. One way things like this are brushed under the rug is by the person resigning. If she was guilty of all this, she wouldn't be able to keep going with her job, so she just resigned, and it helps the party to be able to brush it under the rug. And then guess what happened? A whole bunch of women came to her defense saying, oh, poor woman, victim once again. of the revenge porn, leaking. They've been taught that nothing is their fault, and so they don't take any responsibility.
The campaign against me that's echoed every single day on social media. I wake up screaming. I have to live with the trauma and the damage done to me.
Yeah, she's been damaged, but by her own actions.
What did you learn about Ms. Heard from the results of the MMPI-2?
She had a very sophisticated way of minimizing any personal problems, externalization of blame.
Maybe she could try suing her psychiatrist for not fixing her problems.
It is possible to find the right therapist for you.
And it's made prioritizing my mental and emotional health so much easier.
They have a policy you're not allowed to wear sports bras. I'm 15 minutes in on the treadmill, and the program coordinator for the gym came up to me and asked me to leave.
You can talk to your therapist on BetterHelp however you feel the most comfortable, so you can do it over chat, like texting, video chat, or phone call.
You can actually message your therapist at any time.
Tending to have a lot of inner hostility that is attempted to be controlled. The 3-6 code type is very concerned with their image, very attention-seeking.
So I've cut out banana. I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm like...
Instability in their emotions.
Banana!
They may be self-indulgent, very self-centered, manipulation tactics to try to get their needs met, very needy of attention, be very judgmental of others, and unaware of problems in their behavior and their thinking.
According to the dictates of YouTube, apparently, we've both now engaged in hate speech and the incitement of violence.
When she did lose, what does she do? She goes right back to the media and starts talking BS again, which is why she was sued in the first place. But I notice she doesn't seem to be able to stop herself.
You can switch therapists at any time, as many times as you need.
Bruh, it can make the hugest difference.
The marriage rate in the US has dropped by nearly 60% since the 1970s.
And Jordan Peterson's always good for some entertainment. Well, that wraps up another episode, and I've got another video coming up like this that takes a narrower focus at a particular threat. I know you want to subscribe, but don't think of it as yet another subscription you got to juggle, because I know you already got hundreds. You just don't watch most of them. And subscribing to my channel will just mean you'll be spending less time on other channels. It can't get any worse. It can only get better from here. And thumbs up and share. Share on TikTok. I don't even know if I got anything on TikTok. I'll never create an account over there. So it's up to you to share my stuff over there.